Okay, so welcome to yoga. Thanks for coming, everybody. So as I said in the rather lengthy, like pedantic email, last week, I think we talked a little bit about what kind of yoga this was, and it's hatha. So 8-limb path. I'm just gonna kind of go over the asana, which we do in posture practice, that's the main focus. That's one of the 8-limb path. Another one is the Yamas and the Niyamas. I'm not going to use the Sanskrit names because who even cares? So those just mean the ethics of relationship, kind of. So in the words, the English translations, at least, not direct translations, but interpretations that I learned in my yoga teacher training, for those 5 ethical attitudes are non-harming, honesty, openness, focus or proper use of energy, and generosity. So those are attitudes that we talk about. I'm just kind of bringing to your attention the attitudes that you shoulds aren't good, to have, be aware of in your practice. So, and it's mainly, just to boil it down, mainly about seeing yourself as you are, as you come to practice. So when we center, which we're going to do right next, bringing our awareness inside, seeing where we are right now on a physical level, emotional, mental, energetic level, just and accepting it, non-judgment, just first being aware, accepting it, and then wherever we are is going to affect our practice. So if you have a physical issue, an injury, or something like that, you need to be aware of it and have a non-harming attitude during practice. In other words, you don't move through pain. But you can also have like a mental situation where you've got monkey mind, and your mind is just going all over the place, and that's going to take you out of your practice if you follow those thoughts. So that's where we say in practice, come back to the breath, just to kind of refocus and keep yourself in the moment. And on an emotional level, you might be upset or anxious or agitated or joyful or something, that those are going to affect your practice also. So if you're aware of it when you start your practice, you can and accept it without judgment, and just notice as you go that you've got that attitude, and work with it instead of resisting it. So there are other things, like if you're a type A personality, or you're a striver and you want to look a certain way and just get that posture to look like the magazine covers or whatever, then you may ask your body to do things that your body's not ready to do. So that's where you recognize, wait a minute, listen to my body. That doesn't feel good. That's too much. On the other hand, if you slack off and don't challenge yourself or move to your edge, then you won't get as much out of the practice as you could. So these are just all attitudes, and we do it every time. When I give you cues like come back to your breath, or listen to your body, or don't move through pain, these are all reflective of the ethical attitudes that the first limb of yoga, 8-limb path, asks us to have. So it's nothing that you don't already do. But I just wanted to show how it's not all about the body, the postures. There's other things that are woven through the practice, including breath work. That's one of the 8 limbs, and meditation is actually 4 of the 8 limbs. Anyway, so that's just a little introduction. So we're gonna start center, which is where we become aware. And I'm just gonna ask you today, as you center, to really keep that in mind, noticing where you are on a physical level, mental, emotional, and energetic. Like maybe you're recovering from an illness and then you need to, just notice that and go slow. Okay, so center. You can be seated, you can be supine. Our practice is going to start standing up after we center, so that might make a difference. Anyway, so just find your comfortable place. And so now we'll do the really important step of bringing your awareness inside. So you're going to be responding to yourself as you are right here, right now, on a physical level, on an emotional, mental, energetic. So start by scanning your body and noticing physically what you bring to the mat today. And as you go, consciously kind of release. Try to release the tension. You can always release in your face, jaw, neck. So scan, notice, and release where you can. And then also, just move through, notice your emotions. So something you might have brought in, something that might have happened or is gonna happen, or just notice where you are on an emotional level. And an energetic level, so notice how your energy is right now, right here. And on a mental level, is your mind real busy? You got something coming up or something that you're kind of going over that already happened, and just notice your mental state. So again, this is about being aware so you can be sensitive as you practice to these kind of preconditions, so that you have the right amount of challenge level. And now bring your awareness to your breath and just notice your breath as it is, as you are sitting here or lying here. Just follow the inhale and the exhale, noticing the qualities of your breath without trying to change it yet. The length of your inhale, exhale, the depth, if the inhale or exhale of one single Notice how your body's moving with the breath. And now, once more, check in, relax your face, relax around your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw relaxed, teeth lightly apart, a little bit apart, and tongue resting against the roof of your mouth, maybe. And now we're going to just start some slow, deep, even belly breaths. So make sure your belly is soft. You can put your hand there to have a felt sense of that, or just soften. And inhale, so the belly rises, and then the rib cage expands, and then all the way up to the collarbones. Not over-efforting, right effort, just slow, deep, even belly breath. You can also think of it in 3 parts. But let everything flow together. Inhale flows into the exhale, which is, try to make it even with the inhale. You can count, that helps. Maybe inhale 3 and then flow right into the exhale, count of 3. Whatever is comfortable for you, not over-efforting, not under-efforting. Slow, deep, even belly breaths. And just do 2 more rounds of that. Stay right with the breath. And then you can let go of that pranayama, but continue to breathe slow, deep, and even. And take a few moments to create an intention for your practice. This is a way of focusing, and also of getting out of the practice what you want to get out of it. And we'll begin practice standing up. So best way for you, come to your standing posture. And we'll start in mountain pose. So begin by, always with your foundation, so 2 feet. So lift and spread your toes, and then set them back down. Press into the big toe mound, and then travel around. Press into the backs of the heels. And notice as you press lightly into your feet, your kneecaps come up and your quadricep muscles on the front of your thighs are engaged. Just lightly. You don't want to hyperextend your knees or grip. And then bring your awareness to the hamstrings on the back of your thighs and engage those too. And then bring your hip points up. So notice, put your hands right on your hip points here. And if you lift them up, notice that brings a little tuck to your tailbone. So you're balancing out your pelvis here. And by lifting the front hip bones, you're also lengthening the low back. Now bring your rib cage away from your pelvis. So create space, lift your rib cage up,
Bring your shoulders up, back down. Externally rotate your arms. So notice when you externally rotate, palms face forward. Spread your fingers, reach your arms down, fingers toward the earth. And that opens the front chest. And then notice when you rotate your hands from external to internal, that broadens the back. So find the middle way here. Chest open, and then lift up through the crown of your head. And here, just no wasted energy. Just let go of about 10%. So you're not gripping, but you are still pressing lightly into the mat and lifting through the crown of your head. And just take a few slow, deep, even breaths here. Let go of any tension in your face, your jaw. Let your shoulders come down. And then bring your palms, open your eyes if you've closed them, bring your palms next to your body. And we're gonna do what in my training was called a ulola. It's just a wave. So the first one we're gonna do is inhaling, arms up, fingers are spread, reach up and bring your shoulders down at the same time. And this is the inhale, and then the exhale is simply to bring your arms back down by your side. So just inhale up, it's moving with the breath. You can look up if you like. Exhale down. So just a few more times, matching movement to breath. So slow, deep, even breath, slow, even movement. Okay, then the next time your arms come up, exhale, set your hips back into chair. Inhale up. Exhale, set back into chair. Continue to lengthen out through your arms, press into your feet. Keep your whole foot on the ground. Okay, then the next time you're going to set back into chair on the exhale. Then inhale, bend forward, reach out in front. Exhale, come all the way down to forward fold. Knees bend a little or a lot, whatever suits you. And then inhale back, reaching out to chair, and then exhale all the way up and arms around. So that's a half sun with chair. We'll do that a few more times. So inhale up. You can sweep your arms out or straight up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, reach out, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up. And hands down to sides. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. And then come back all the way up. And hands down the midline. Come back to mountain pose. So start from your feet, press in, raise your front hip bones, lift your rib cage up, come back into mountain. Feel energy from movement. Let's take a couple, come back to the breath. Coming back to the breath keeps you right in the present moment, right here, right now. Okay, now turn to face the long edge of your mat. Doesn't matter which way you turn. And step your feet wide apart, just a comfortable distance. Toes point forward. Lift and spread your toes again. Now this is just a different, wider stance in the legs. So, but you still want to press into the big toe side and around the heel so your feet are firmly pressing into the mat. And on an inhale, bring your arms up shoulder height. And let's turn the thumbs up. So that's external rotation. Fingers are spread, you're reaching out. And then turn the thumbs down, internal rotation. And then find the middle between those 2 points, between the external and the internal. Palms face down. And this lengthen up through the crown of your head. This is called triangle pose. The pose that I think of as triangle is really extended triangle, but anyway. Okay, and now you might want to have a block here. We're going to do some forward, wide leg forward bend. So inhale here, then take your hands to your waist here and lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward at your hip crease. Just with a flat back, you can bring your hands to a block or the floor. So just a half lift here. And then exhale, fold all the way down if that's available to you. And just a few times, inhale up, half lift, exhale, fold. A couple more times. Lengthen out as you half lift, exhale, let your head come down. One more time. And now bring your hands to your hips, press into your feet, lengthen out your crown through the crown of your head, and come on up slowly. Very nice. Now take your left toes around toward the short edge of the mat and pick up your right heel and pivot toward the back corner. So we're coming into a open hip posture for warrior 2. So start with your hands in the heart center. Press into both feet. So as you press into your right leg, it's going to move, the thigh's going to move in. Press into your left, but don't lock your knees. Inhale, bring your arms out to the side. Exhale, bend the left knee. You want it to come over the ankle. So we're going to do that a few times. Inhale, up, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Now you can change your stance. Bring it closer together, whatever it takes to get your left knee over your left ankle. Okay, and then next time you bend it and you've got it right over, you can see your left toes. Spine is rising right up through the center of your pelvis and your shoulders are squared to the long edge of the mat. Spread your fingers, lengthen out, take your gaze around to the middle finger of your left hand. Now once you've got the foundation, now just breathe. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, maybe soften down a little bit. Oh, check your face, jaw, relax. Just the amount of energy you need. 3 more breaths. Okay, then bring your hands back to center, parallel your feet, and we'll do that on the other side. So this time your right toes come toward the short edge. Your left heel comes toward the back corner. Okay, then arms out, and a few times in movement, Exhale, knee over ankle, right knee over right ankle. Just inhale straight a few times, finding just the right place for that knee to stay. And then when you found it, pause, take your gaze over the middle finger of your right hand. And you're reaching equally through both hands. And your spine is rising right up through the middle. Relax your face. Press lightly into both feet. 3 breaths more. So deep, even, just the right amount of effort. Okay, then come back to center, step your feet together, and we're going to do a few rounds of the half sun salutation with a half lift and a chair. So, feet are parallel, and inhale up, and swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And we're gonna come up through chair, all the way up and around. Very nice. A couple more times. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, reach out. Exhale, fold. Your knees are bent, as whatever suits you best. Up through chair, all the way up. Oh, very nice. Let's one more time. Just go in time to your own breath. And down. Okay, then come back to mountain pose. Come back. Just take a minute or a little bit of time to reconnect with your breath. Feel the energy. Check in. Okay, then, so facing the front edge of the mat, have your feet hip width apart. Turn your right toes out 45 degrees and take a step back. So now we're going to do a warrior one. So this is a closed hip posture. So you're, put your hands on your hip bones here and just orient your pelvis toward the front of the mat. Okay, so not going back. Okay, so a little effort to maybe bring that right hip forward and press into both feet. And we're doing a little ulola or wave here, bending the left knee so your arms can just stay to your sides. So inhale is a straight leg. Exhale, the left knee comes over the left ankle. You can see the left toes. Inhale, straighten. So just a few times, finding your bend. And then hold that knee bent. And inhale, bring your arms up. Fingers are spread, reaching up like we did in the beginning. Reaching up and shoulders down. You can take your gaze up if you like. If these arms don't suit you, you can do different arms. So find stability, pressing down through your feet, keeping that right hip level with the left. And breathe. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, soften. 2 more slow, deep, even breaths. Face is relaxed, stable, and easy. arms come down, step the right foot forward, take some movement, yeah, just whatever feels good. Listen to your body. Okay, then other side. Left toes turn out, step back. Inhale, straight leg, exhale, bend. Just a few times in a wave motion to find the right bend. And then pause there, press down into your feet. The whole foot, both feet are firmly on the mat. And then inhale, arms go up, fingers spread, shoulders down. And just relax into the pose. Nice, firm, stable foundation. Breathe. Stay right in the pose, stay right with your breath. And then step your left foot forward. Take organic movement, whatever feels good. Just notice where you can release any tension that you built up there. And then we're going to do some balance. So balance is a place where you can have some self-talk going on, like, I can't balance, I'm not good at balance. So just let that stuff go. Go into your balance one step at a time with a curious and playful attitude. You can smile. And focus. So mental energy, if you're thinking thoughts, that takes a lot of energy. I think like 20% of our, you use up 20% of your oxygen or something with mental thinking. So to quiet your mind, that's why in balance you have a focus, a focal point, something that's not moving. Because if you're looking at something that's not moving, that helps to still your mind, and then you also bring your awareness to your breath. You keep breathing. So we're going to do the tap toe, and then after, do you remember that one? So let's let the weight come into the left foot, come up on your right toes, and just tap front and side and back, and then bring that right knee up. Just a few times. But first, before you start tapping, let the weight come into your left foot, so just on your right toes. Press into the whole left foot. Just get that first, and you're looking at something that's not moving, and you have a slight engagement of your core, not gripping, and left knee micro bend, so you're not hyperextending. Once you feel comfortable there, then you can start tapping. Front, right, back, and then raise. So just do that for a while. You can challenge if you want to try just hovering and not actually touching, but always feel stable before moving to a challenge. Is that noise? That is it. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then your choice, you can hold that right knee up, sorry. And when it's held up, you can rotate your ankle, or you can keep tapping. So here's where you listen to your body. Don't tell yourself stories, just see what your body's up for. Okay, then let that right foot come down and walk it out, or take any movement, shake it. Okay, other side. So, don't rush. Weight into the right foot. And when you feel stable there, you can start tapping. And you can keep tapping. You can hold that left knee up. Whatever suits you today. Okay, then come out, move around, out, march. That's good. Marching, yes. Okay. Now we're going to come down onto our bellies. So, I'm trying to figure out how I should. I'll turn sideways so I can see better. Okay, so you're at the front edge of your mat. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, your knees. Forward fold. Hands to the mat. Come back into down dog. And then bring your knees to the mat and keep your hands forward of your shoulders, shoulder width apart. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. We're going to lower down. This is one way to lower down. So firm up your core, and you're going to bend your elbows, keeping them right next to your body, and lower your chest down. Keep your hips up. Chest down first, and then slide your legs up. So you're on your front body, prone, and stack your hands and bring your forehead to your hands. And just rest here for a few breaths. So we were doing some movements, and so just rest here. Let everything sink into the mat. And just notice if you have any thoughts or stories going in your mind about being down in a prone position. Maybe you love it, maybe you don't, maybe you are neutral, but just notice. Without judgment. Okay, now let your forehead come to the mat and bring your arms by your side, palms face down. So we're going to see here how the arms can support the lift of the spine. We're moving into locust pose, Shalambhasa, but we're going to do it gradually. So your forehead's down, the tops of your feet are pressing into the mat, and your pelvis is pressing into the mat too. So, and the legs are going to stay the same, and the arms. We're just going to press into our hands, and on an inhale, lift the chest and the head. And then exhale down. So just a few times moving here, using the hands to help lift the upper spine. Exhale down. You don't have to go up very high, just what you can do. Make sure you keep it's like a tuck in your tailbone. You're pressing your abdomen into the mat. So the extension is coming in your thoracic spine, not your lumbar. Okay, then just rest on one cheek for a few breaths. And then bring your head back to center, rest on your forehead. Bring your
palms to face your body, and keep lengthening out through your legs, lengthen out through your spread fingers. On an inhale, lift your legs, your arms, your chest, your head. Exhale, come down. So just a few times waving here. Inhaling, lengthening, lifting, keeping your pelvis pressed into the mat. So this is Shalambhasa, locust wave. So just inhale up, exhale down. If you want to hold in the raised position, that's your choice. Check in. What's your body saying? You could try for one breath, and then try for another breath. Nice. Okay, then come down, bring your hands into cactus arms, so the elbows bent out to the side, and just rest on one cheek. So just bring your one cheek to the mat. Feel the energy. Usually, well, for me anyway, that's very effortful for me. So I can feel a lot of energy going around there. And then carefully lift your head and move around to the other cheek. Just rest on the other side. If you don't like your hands in cactus arms, you can keep them by your side. Your arms can be any way you want. Now, bring your forehead back to the mat and bend your knees and just move your legs side to side like a windshield wipe, upside down windshield wipe. You can actually rest on your cheek if it's not comfortable to be on your forehead. I don't like the forehead so much, but gaze can be to the side, and just move your legs side to side. Okay, then put your feet down. Bring your forehead back to center, and press into your hands and bring yourself up to all fours. We're going to come right over onto our backs. So from all fours, bring your feet out to the side, come onto your bottom, and have a block nearby here. We're going to do a bridge wave. That's just one movement, one breath, like a vinyasa. And then we're going to use the block for supported bridge. All right, so you're on your back, knees bent, feet hip width apart, arms down by your side. Just lift your chest up and roll your shoulder blades together on the back. So you just get a little head start on opening your chest. And spread your fingers, press your hands into the mat. On an inhale, press your feet, hands, shoulders into the mat, lift your hips, and exhale, slowly lower one vertebra at a time, top to bottom, down. Bridge wave. So just you're distributing the weight evenly over feet, hands, shoulders, and keeping a nice long neck. So look up and think of the chest rising toward your chin. Nice long neck. So just inhale, lift, pressing into whatever's touching the mat, and exhale down. Now you can keep moving if you'd
like to bring your arms up overhead and reach back on the inhale, and then bring them down on the exhale, that's an option. If you would like to hold your bridge, you can clasp your hands under your hips and just hold, pressing into your feet, into your arms, the back of your head, and knees keep forward, not splaying out to the side. And just a few more breaths, moving or held or just resting. Okay, then wherever you are, take your block on the big surface, the big flat surface. Lift your hips and place the block under the back of your pelvis, the sacrum part. Make sure it's not on the spine, it's nice and on the bony part. And just rest here for a few breaths. So this is supported bridge. So no effort. Come back to your breath. Slow, deep, even breath. Stay in the moment, right here, right now. Relax your face, relax everything you can relax. And feel all the supports. The chest is nice and open. Now bring both feet up toward the ceiling so your legs are straight, feet are up toward the ceiling. Make sure you're stable on the block. And then your arms reach up toward the ceiling too. And just rotate your ankles and your wrists. Rotate them in one direction and then the other. Really giving some love to the ankle and wrist joints. And you can flex and extend, so bring the toes and fingers back toward the back wall and up toward the ceiling, or you'll notice the fingers can go toward the front. So just some gentle movements of ankles and wrists. Fingers can be brought into it. This is an inversion, so while we're working with the ankles and the wrists, it's also reversing the blood flow, bringing some nice fresh blood to the brain. Okay, then bring your arms down, bring your feet down to the mat, press into your feet, lift your hips up enough to take the block out from underneath, and do a supine twist of your choice. So suggestions are a wide leg, bring your feet out, knees bent, feet to the edges of the mat, and then knees to one side for a while, and then to the other. I'll start you and finish you. Or you can straighten one leg and bring the other knee over. So any kind of a twist that you would like to do today, and I'm gonna just look at the clock and watch for about a minute. So in the twist, inhale as if you're blowing your body up like a balloon, sending the energy
all over to every cell. And then exhale, soften. Just find any place you can soften. And notice, feel where you can release. So stay inside, listening to your body, following the breath. Twists are a good way to kind of compensate, get everything back to balance after all the poses we've done. Okay, so take longer on this side if you want, or when you're ready, move toward a twist on the other side. Doesn't have to be the same kind of a twist. So if your mind is beginning to wander, just don't attach. Stay, that's wasting your energy. So just stay right with your breath in your body. And you can take more time here if you want, or take a minute or so to give yourself really listening, noticing where you are on all those levels, and taking whatever pose, movement you want before we settle into our final Shavasana pose. Come around and give you what you need. If you give me a sign. Can I keep a blanket or which one? Which one? Are you good? Okay. So Shavasana. We're not done yet, so now's the time to maintain your focus, but not attach to anything. Just give this little gift to your body of just integrating all the things we've done during practice. And just surrendering completely to each moment, breath by breath. Letting go. You're totally supported and safe, and nothing is required of your body except to just rest. And gently bring your awareness back to this space. see yourself as part of the group. You have shared an energy. Just notice where you are at the end of practice. Begin to awaken your body slowly. It's gentle movements. And as you're ready, bringing your knees in and coming onto your side. Taking a few moments here to, again, see where you are. Your body, mind, emotions, breath. Revisit your intention, perhaps. And then use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Just press down into your sit bones and lengthen up lightly through the crown of your head. Nice tall spine. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. And I invite you to bring your hands, palms together, thumbs at your heart space, and bow to your efforts today, your awareness of the attitudes appropriate during practice, non-harming, so your willingness to be sensitive to your body, not move in any way that harms it, to have honesty, recognizing what might be limiting you today and to accept it, openness, not trying to get more out of your body than it's ready to give. Focus, staying in the moment, not wasting energy, only the energy that's needed, and generosity. These are the 5 ethical restraints or attitudes that today during practice we focused on ourselves, toward ourselves. So I thank you for coming and letting me lead you in practice. And these same attitudes that we practiced or focused on today, having experienced them with yourself, off the mat, you can practice those same attitudes toward other people. So, non-harming, honesty, openness, focus, and generosity, which could also be compassion. Again, I thank you for coming, and the light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each of you. Namaste.